Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Operation Warp Speed is...
Operation Warp Speed. His Excellency's personal push to make a coronavirus vaccine available as fast as possible to the public has been roundly applauded and been called an unprecedented success. The project began in May 2020, and the vaccine is now being mass distributed. Truly an incredible feat. His Excellency Donald Trump, determined to bring the United States and world forward. Continue watching to learn more about the numerous outstanding accomplishments from the President of the United States, His Excellency Donald Trump, at home and abroad.
Greetings, honored viewers. My name is Dawn. The generous people of the United States wish you heaven's everlasting blessings. Welcome to our program, His Excellency Donald Trump, determined to bring the United States and world forward. It is rare to witness in a lifetime a country's leader with a tremendous courage to step outside political norms, even if it means being opposed, and still work from his heart to do what is right, including fostering peace in their land and the world. United States President, His Excellency Donald Trump, is one such person. This program highlights the many significant domestic and international achievements of President Trump, a Shining World Peace Leader Award laureate, and a Shining World Leadership Award for Compassion Laureate. He has been lauded for his numerous decisive actions to boost the United States in multiple spheres, including strong measures to improve the U.S. economy, protect American citizens' health, and drive constructive social change in communities.
The pace over the past 10 days has been astronomical. Everybody in official Washington I talked to said, I cannot believe he's only been president for 10 days.
This is how it's supposed to be done. Actually, even more so than we've seen in the past. We're seeing the markets react positively.
Consumer confidence rocketing to a 16-year high.
Healthy job growth again for the month of February. So is this the Trump effect?
Oh, I think it is. I think there's no question that employers like Donald Trump a lot in his agenda, and I think the fact that he's just more pro-business.
The Dow still nearing all-time highs, just finishing the longest quarterly winning streak in 10 years.
He's repairing relationships with Egypt as well as with Saudi Arabia and the Gulf states.
He's done a really good job.
Well, he's pretty close to perfect, Sean. I'm serious. He has done more than any president in recent history, certainly in the last half century, in the first 98 days of his presidency.
Abroad, His Excellency has a lengthy list of outstanding accomplishments. President Trump has been strengthening relations between the United States and other countries, as well as playing a key role as a peacemaker and negotiator to bring nations together who previously were in conflict or had few to no ties.
It's terrible. We must all unite.
He also brought American troops home from several countries. His work on the global stage has been so admired that to date, he is a 7-time Nobel Peace Prize nominee. We first profile some of the substantial domestic advancements that have been attained by his administration.
Boosting the American economy.
The U.S. economy has seen exceptional growth since President Trump assumed office. The keen business sense that made him a very successful entrepreneur has informed his fiscal policies. Resultingly, his nation has become more competitive in various markets, and the financial security of U.S. citizens has improved. Numerous national economic records have been set. Overall, the median American household income reached an all-time high in 2019. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, a stock market index with some of the U.S.'s top publicly traded companies, hit a new peak on December 4, 2020. The index is one indicator of America's economic health and investor sentiment. Notably, the high was reached despite the ongoing pandemic.
I would say great, actually. It was a great finish to the year.
312,000 jobs added.
Real wages are rising for the first time in a decade, and that's good.
Wages are stellar. A fantastic number.
Those are great numbers, and we should be applauding it.
Unreal number.
The first word that popped into my head was eye-popping. I mean,
This is a blockbuster number.
I gotta say, it's a very
President Trump has been credited with an enormous expansion in job opportunities after assuming office. Since his election in 2016, 7 million jobs have been created. Unemployment fell to a 50-year low in late 2019. Those groups that have historically fared less well economically in the U.S. have enjoyed important gains. The White House noted that the lowest unemployment rates on record were matched or set in September 2019 for African Americans, Hispanics, and people with disabilities. In 2019, Hispanics and African Americans had the lowest poverty rate in the country's history since record-keeping of the statistic began. He also restarted funding of a program supporting career and technical education with $1 billion given to the U.S. states to implement it. Additionally, President Trump signed an executive order that directs federal agencies to work with the private sector to create apprenticeship and job training programs leading to well-paying careers.
Safeguarding citizen health.
Operation Warp Speed is unequaled and unrivaled anywhere in the world. And
Operation Warp Speed, His Excellency's personal push to make a coronavirus vaccine available as fast as possible to the public, has been roundly applauded and been called an unprecedented success. The project began in May 2020, and the vaccine is now being mass distributed. Truly an incredible feat. In remarks made on December 8, 2020, President Trump stated,
we're here to discuss a monumental national achievement. From the instant the coronavirus invaded our shores, we raced into action to develop a safe and effective vaccine at breakneck speed. It would normally take 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, or even more. In order to achieve this goal, we harnessed the full power of government, the genius of American scientists, and the might of American industry to save millions and millions of lives all over the world.
President Trump has also prioritized ending the U.S. opioid epidemic that caused 48,000 American deaths in 2017 alone by declaring it a public health emergency. Furthermore, he signed legislation in 2018 directing $6 billion in new funding into programs to address the tragedy of opioid addiction. The law helped bolster drug treatment options, has measures to clamp down on the overprescription of opioids, and enhances law enforcement tools to address the issue. He also directed the U.S. Justice Department to sue opioid manufacturers for illegal and unethical practices, including aggressively marketing and distributing their products, thus causing a public health crisis. In November 2020, one major drug company pled guilty and agreed to pay an $8 billion settlement.
Bettering social welfare.
His Excellency Donald Trump has been vigilant about protecting Americans' safety and welfare. He has taken several significant steps to address the scourge of human trafficking. He signed a bill in January 2019 providing $430 million for anti-human trafficking measures in the U.S. and abroad. The next January, he issued an executive order outlining new federal government steps to end the vile trade and exploitation of children on the Internet. His administration made $100 million in grants available in September 2020 to law enforcement agencies and nonprofit service organizations that work in the area. This includes funding of housing assistance for victims and money for prevention and intervention initiatives. Supreme Master Ching Hai has spoken about President Trump's tremendous efforts in the area.
Others might have talked about it, or some have done little about it, but he is the first one who really acts strongly, fast, and seriously, and with heart put into it, to protect people and children from human traffickers.
Here are just a few of President Trump's other major actions to help improve the daily lives of Americans. Approved a bill guaranteeing mothers a space for breastfeeding in U.S. airports. Doubled the child tax credit for parents and expanded income eligibility for it. Signed a law giving an extra $2.4 billion to an overall $8.1 billion program for U.S. states to help disadvantaged families access child care. Proposed and approved the $2.2 trillion coronavirus aid relief and economic security act that included a stimulus payment to citizens, expanded unemployment benefits, and financially assisted businesses, states, and local governments. As of December 2020, he is pursuing more federal coronavirus relief aid to the American people and businesses, including seeking a $2,000 a person stimulus payment. Signed the First Steps Act, a prison reform measure that includes retroactive federal prison sentence reductions to address sentencing inequities and improve conditions inside facilities. Directed federal agencies to roll out the Ready to Work initiative that helps former prisoners gain employment. And more here. Etc.
International achievements.
Besides his devotion to the United States, President Trump is committed to peace around the world, as Supreme Master Ching Hai has revealed.
He prayed for peace.
Yes.
That's what I know inside, okay?
Wow.
Heaven told me that he prayed for peace.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You cannot cheat God.
Yes,
you cannot blind heaven, so they know.
Wow.
Anyway, peace is the most precious thing that any president can give to his country and the world.
Yes. Yes.
Could Master please tell us what is that covenant between God and President Trump?
That's he has to make peace.
Ah.
Yes, that's his job, his mission. Okay? You can see it very well. More nations are coming to peace also with Israel. That means peace with America and the world.
Yes, Master.
Because it's mediated by American government, by President Trump.
Since assuming office in 2016, President Trump has supported and mediated historic peace agreements in numerous countries. The most recent accord was between Morocco and Israel. This is the fourth Israeli-Arab peace deal in the past 4 months, mediated by His Excellency, which include those between Israel and Bahrain, Sudan, and the United Arab Emirates. All of these countries are Shining World Leadership Award for Peace laureates. Illustrating the respect President Trump has earned among world leaders for his unprecedented peace efforts, Prime Minister of Israel, His Excellency Benjamin Netanyahu, said during the announcing of the peace accord with Sudan,
"We are expanding the circle of peace so rapidly with your leadership, Mr. President, your able team. History in the making. This truly changes the region. It changes the lives of all our peoples for the better. It allows us to focus on the task of building nations, building our future, and with your help, the help of the United States, the possibilities are infinite."
President Trump has also mediated a peace agreement between Kosovo and Serbia, both Shining World Leadership Award for Peace laureates, and was a key facilitator in leading to the signing of the Panmunjom Declaration for Peace, Prosperity, and Unification of the Korean Peninsula by His Excellency Moon Jae-in, President of the Republic of Korea and a Shining World Leadership Award for Peace laureate, and dear respected comrade Kim Jong-un, Supreme Leader of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and a Shining World Leadership Award for Peace recipient. In fact, President Trump was the first U.S. president to step into the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. President Trump has not only been part of directly establishing peace internationally, he's the first U.S. president in over 40 years not to have started any wars. He has also taken action to end conflicts by withdrawing U.S. troops from Afghanistan, Iraq, Somalia, and Syria. In Afghanistan and Iraq, by mid-January 2021, 5,700 troops will have been withdrawn. Moreover, signifying his intention for a peaceful world, President Trump appointed as the acting United States Secretary of Defense the Honorable Christopher Miller, who said in a letter to all Department of Defense employees, "All wars must end." Supreme Master Ching Hai has spoken of President Trump's courageous work.
Mostly, America is the police of the world, and they flex muscle, okay? And he's the one who did the opposite. Growing out of America, growing out of this kind of environment, whose race always believed in making war or to flex the muscles. And he didn't do that. He did the opposite. So he doesn't fear. He just did what he thinks is correct.
In a special message to President Trump on November 24, 2020, Supreme Master Ching Hai emphasized the importance of his peace-promoting efforts.
You have never said that you're going to be president and then you make peace, but you just make peace like that. And how many hundreds of thousands of millions of people's lives will be saved? How many countries will be stabilized and have peace and have prosperity and get on with their lives because of you? Please fight for them. Up to now, not everybody can make peace the way you do. At least you make peace and you save humans' lives. You save Americans' lives. These young, beautiful, handsome, intelligent boys and girls cannot just be wasted in a foreign land or any land. So you have saved their lives. You brought happiness to their family. You brought smile to their wives, their children, and all. And for that, I thank you very much. And the world thank you also for having some peaceful future. And that means a lot to heaven and earth. It means a lot to the whole world.
As we have seen through our program today, President Donald Trump puts his full attention and effort to uplifting his nation and furthering peace and stability throughout our world. He makes it a top priority to drive constructive change to benefit the lives of his co-citizens and people globally. We give a high salute, praises, and respect to his brave, innovative, can-do spirit and meaningful endeavors that have inspired his fellow Americans and many worldwide.
It's good for your country and good for the world. So many things he did right.
Yes.
So many things he did good for the Americans. Not to talk about for the world. Yeah, think about it. Look back, see what he has done. And you know what I'm talking about. If you really want your country better, improved, please let President Trump continue his mission. Because heaven wants that way.
We pray the world's future continues to brighten in peace and happiness with His Excellency Donald Trump as President of the United States. Earnest viewers, we thank you for your company today. For His Excellency Donald Trump, determined to bring the United States and world forward. Coming up next is God is Love, from the Thoughts in Solitude by the Reverend Thomas Merton, vegetarian, part 1 of 2 on Words of Wisdom, right after Noteworthy News. May God's infinite grace and love always be upon you.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/show.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/show.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/show.
我们的节目提供多种语言，请看 suprememastertv.com/schedule 和 suprememastertv.com/show。